All right, everyone. Well, welcome back to Hoop to Holler with Dylan Wallace, aka the B-Ball Study Hall. What's going on, Dylan? What's going on, little man over there? How we doing?
Yeah, we got the ribs and him and Wally both are repping the Galaxy today. And Wally clean, shorn, looking good.
Yep.
Beard trimmed, food passageway is open and ready. And yeah, you took like 5 years off your life with shearing that sheep. I kind of missed the long flow, but it looks good.
Yeah, it just got oppressively long, man. It really did. And
It's the
out here.
best defense in the NBA right there, huh?
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, yes. Yeah, I was getting pressed. I was getting pressed every single day, more and more. But
like
talking, of
like
course.
the OKC Thunder of the haircut. And you should tell like to what it say what you sent me the other night, Molly. That was pretty incredible.
Oh,
That
how the
little
top five defensive ratings in the league right now are all in the Thunder. It's
yeah,
unbelievable. I mean, just
pretty great, pretty wild.
wow, right? Um, so yeah, so let's first thing we want to talk about today is a little recap of the NBA Cup. Of course, the Knicks topped the Spurs. So, you previously had called the Spurs, but when we had our last conversation, you were saying the Knicks should win, and they were listening.
It was,
They
yeah,
they
it was
they
just,
won.
yeah. Didn't it kind of set up a little bit like a trap game for the Spurs where you had this riding high against the Lakers without Wemby. Then Wemby comes in and he plays almost perfect minutes against OKC, who everybody is saying is unbeatable, and they beat him. And so now, like, it just seemed like one of those games where it was
Hmm.
inevitable that it was going to set up. And truth be told, like the Knicks had to win that game if they're viable at all, and especially in the East, like they've got the veteran play. They changed their coach. They've got more. They've got all the talent across the board to compete with. And you called the Mitchell Robinson matchup and the offensive rebound. They just destroyed the Spurs on the glass. That was, and then the Kolek minutes, right? Everybody had
Yeah,
that, right? That time that used to
right. Oh,
come
of
in and
course.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, it kind of set up like a trap game, and good on the
Yeah.
Knicks because I think it gives some viability that perhaps the East has some play. I still think when it gets, I think the championship's going to be won in the Western Conference Finals this year, but like at least it's a happy story, I guess. But what do you think about the play on the court? Anything from the Knicks you did like, or anything from the Spurs maybe you thought was a little off-putting? What would you see there?
So I agree with you. I think it's kind of hard to maintain I don't know, focus mojo, what have you, after you topple the unbeatable practically Thunder, right? So I
Yep.
think, yeah, it's not terribly surprising. I mean, for me, obviously Brunson is the guy on that team, right? If he's not going off, it's hard for them to win. And despite the fact he scored less than 30, it was a very strong, whatever it was, 25, 28, I think it was.
Yeah.
I think actually no, it was 25 because the 28, I believe, belonged to OG. OG
Yeah, he's a little
Anunoby.
inefficient. OG was really efficient. Yep.
He's the
Yeah.
key.
Yeah.
If that
Okay.
team is going to make a run to the finals for the first time in 25 years, right? Or
Wow.
scratch that, 26, right? It was 99, the lockout year.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, he's going to have to perform like that in those big games. And Cat did his thing. I think he
Yeah. It's
pulled
fine.
down 11 boards. And yeah, Robinson,
Yep.
like that dude, I think right now it's fair to say he's the best backup center in the NBA. You could run the double
I
big
like Luke
with him and
Cornett. I
Cat.
like Luke Cornett, my man.
Luke Cornett is he is a worthy candidate for that. I'm with you.
Okay.
No, really, he's
Okay.
worthy for
Okay.
sure. Because he can really play on both ends of
And
the
if
floor, whereas
if
Robinson's
Steven
mainly on
Adams,
defense.
yeah, if I don't know if Steven Adams is a starter or a backup, I'm not sure where he
I
qualifies,
think
but
he's
yeah.
back up, right,
Okay.
to
I think he's in
Shango, and
that
we're going to
combo
talk a
too.
little
Yeah.
bit about the
Yeah.
the, the whining turkey here in a little bit.
Yeah. Although,
Oh yeah, for sure.
well,
But
I would say when you drop those names, the immediate thing I think, if I think OG and Mitchell Robinson, and you were right, athletes, strength, size, yeah, just like they bring a force and a tenaciousness to the Knicks. But the red light is injury prone. I mean,
of
that's
course,
the concern there is like, do those guys hold up? And OG's at his healthiest years the last few years, even with the Tibbs running to the ground stuff. But Mitchell Robinson,
hmm
best ability, we always say, But in the playoffs last year, he was really good.
yeah.
Well, we'll see if it can last, and can it last for anybody? I mean, that's the million-dollar
hmm
question. But you're right; those guys played really well. Did you see Brunson's post game when he got his MVP trophy? You see
Yeah.
his little interview. I mean, he gave them all the shine. He basically said
Oh,
like,
for
without
sure.
these guys, we wouldn't do it, and dropping some cuss words in there. And
Yeah.
yeah,
He's a
what do you
character.
think? What do you think about for the Knicks, the Bing Bong community, fans?
Bing bong.
The win. What do you think about the win for them? In terms of what it does. What do you see there?
I mean, everybody's ragging on them, putting up the banner, putting up the ribbon, right? As you mentioned the last time we spoke. Come on, man. This is a team that has not won a
Yeah,
championship, in 52 years at this point.
celebrate
Um,
what you can, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
everyone knows it's not the NBA championship. And look, I'm a
Yep.
Lakers fan over here. They
Yep.
put
You got
up
your
the first
banner.
one, but before it was dubbed the Cup, the in-season tournament, the
Yeah.
IST, that's what it says on the banner. Yeah, I could take it or leave it for that thing being up there, but come on, like this is competition, enjoy
It's
it,
winning
celebrate it.
something.
It's
Yeah,
winning
and
something.
and it's been a little poo-pooed on in terms of like, is this that? Should we change this? Does it need to be at the beginning of the season? Does it need to be at the end of the season?
I think it's
Is it that
exactly where it
important?
needs to be.
That's what I think too. Like at the end of the day, they played hard, meaningful basketball minutes, and we got to watch that, and they got to compete. Like there was not a player that wasn't giving maximum effort in these games. That's the only thing that matters. So
Hmm.
whether you hang a banner, ribbon, put the cup out in the front for pictures,
Little
whatever.
gold sticker.
Yeah, I don't really care about that. I just care that they played hard. A couple of
Right.
things I would have, a couple comments. Middle of nowhere, South Dakota, going to taking the stroller down to pick up the kids, and our neighbor on the corner is sporting his Letterman New York Knickerbockers jacket, got the
Wow.
beanie to match. I give him a Bing Bong Cup championship, and he raises the roof. Like out
Ah,
here in nowhere, there are Knicks fans that
oh.
like are out of the woodwork, and he hangs a flag sometimes. Like I've
Hmm.
seen it, but like you're proud because you won something, and the unfortunate thing is, in the short sample size of history, the winner ultimately does not mean
Yeah.
winning in the actual playoffs. The runner up, however, means winning, right? The Pacers runner
Right.
up 2 years ago launched them. The Thunder last year runner up championship. So that's where I think it comes back to. I guess that's why I almost feel, I don't want to say happy the Spurs lost, but like they it almost is a perfect script, Wally. They beat the Gems on the biggest stage, your Lakers. I'll give
Yeah.
you credit.
That's okay.
The
That's
Lakers,
okay. They were
they
the gems
they
in that game.
they take down the team that shouldn't lose, and then they drop one where Wemby maybe had some family loss and was
Yeah.
dealing with some personal stuff, and
Yeah.
didn't play great. Had a good third quarter, didn't have a great fourth quarter, took some bad shots, didn't
Mhm.
rebound the ball real
Still
well,
coming off
and
the
so
injury, man. Like,
correct, yeah, correct. And so is that it's almost like all these things to like motivate the rest of the season. I think.
yeah,
What do you
I
what do you think
agree.
about where they're sitting? And does it matter for the Thunder as well? What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, I think the Thunder, please, like they're more than solid. Like they're great. They're the team to beat, hands down. The Spurs, yeah, man. I think if everything's clicking for the Spurs, they're as good as anyone else in terms of trying to knock the Thunder off in the Western Conference. And like you were just saying with the Knicks, it's the same with the Spurs, same with any team, same in any sport. It's all about health. Availability is the greatest ability. But yeah, no, those Spurs, man, they definitely have, I think, what it takes to take that experience, a little bit of a chip on their shoulder and to
Yep.
run with it. But I think overall, the NBA Cup, third year they've done it. I think it's a good product. I think it's been improving year by year. I think Amazon has done a great job with it. That's
Yeah,
something,
that's the
we could
best
take more
group
time to
going,
talk
Wally.
about maybe another,
Yeah, yeah.
another
They,
B-ball study
that
hall, but they're doing a good
that
job
group
with
of
this thing.
that group of humans with Dirk and yeah, we'll talk about it more. But like that's the next inside the NBA crew of like I want to hear what they have to say,
Hmm.
and the chemistry is really really strong. I do to poke one hole. Do you think the championship should count in the win loss record? And why does every other team get to have a night off? These guys play their tail off, run themselves into the ground, risking injury for nothing statistically, nothing win and
Hmm.
loss, and they don't even like get another night off later on. That's the disqualifier a little bit. Is like as great as it is to make them play well, every other team gets the advantage of some time off and rest, and these guys get in a no stat meaningless game. That part I don't really love.
Yeah,
Um,
so there's a guy, that I follow, and I think you've seen some of his stuff too. He's I don't want to botch it. Maybe the next time we talk. But anyways,
yeah, that's
he's a
right.
great follow.
Yep.
I think you know what I'm talking about, like Cranges, something like that. Anyways, he
Oh,
he actually had a good idea because first off, I think it's purely a scheduling thing, right?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
they can make this an official game, but they have to figure out, the machinations of the schedule. But let's say they aren't able to do that. He had an idea, and I think it's a great idea. And I'll credit to him next time we talk. So because I want to give
Okay.
the guy his due. Go ahead and give the NBA Cup winner not just that half a milli to all the players, and the ribbon, as you say, but give them the tiebreaker in
Yeah.
any given scenario at
Okay.
the end of the regular
Yeah.
season.
Put some teams to it
Now,
that matters. Yeah.
that you want to talk about something really to play for, right? Because look, if you're going to be making that, extra $500,000, quarter million, if you're the loser, the runner up, you're sacrificing, less downtime, less off days. The
Yeah,
fact that
and
it's
you're
not,
playing hard and going right into another road
yeah,
trip for some of them. Yeah. Yep.
yeah, so, but that was
What's
an
the
interesting
tiebreaker?
idea.
When would that come up to play? I kind of heard that as
So
well,
let's
but like,
say, like,
so
the Western Conference, right,
yeah,
is
they
is
like the
just
Spurs
tiebreaker
and
city.
the Spurs and the Rockets end up with the same record. Isn't it right now based on head-to-head differential and then point differential after that? I think that's
I
what it's based on.
think,
I think
yeah,
it's
I
head-to-head
think
first.
it's one of these things, right? I think it might be conference
Yeah, that could be as well.
record, and then
That could be a
I
third
think I
thing.
think the head-to-head
Yeah.
is the first.
Yep.
But yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
that's
Let's
fine.
say
That's fine. That's a
that would be
fine
that would
thought.
be a heck of an
I,
incentive to really
I
try your best as a
if it
team.
matters, yeah, if it comes out, it matters. I mean, there could be something interesting where whether it's East or West, that division, they kind of did this in baseball all-star stuff, right? Gets home
Right.
court advantage in the finals, but that seems a little nuanced. I'll throw it. I think that's fine. I don't have any issue with
It's an
that.
interesting idea at the
Yeah,
least.
I just think it should count for something, and I think
Yeah.
it should give them a game off. I think they shouldn't have to play 83 games, I guess is what they shouldn't be penalized by playing more.
Hmm.
But the other one I did here was end of the season, the teams that don't qualify for the play-in or playoffs have an NBA Cup style
Yeah,
game for the lotto seed, so they have something to play for, and then it's not just the
I like that.
Dallas, defaulting into the 1.8% chance. You actually have
Yeah.
to win it. That could be kind of that'd be, and give the fan bases something to play for at the end,
More
perhaps.
competition is always a good thing.
Well, it seems like
These,
there could be money attached to that. Like at the
of
end of the day,
course,
like whether we want to call it or not, like it's money based, right? So that's
it's
why the schedule's
entertainment.
not going to change. Yeah. So if you're playing more games, you sell more tickets, perhaps there's money, if those guys are playing meaningful games. I was kind of surprised, like Vegas didn't seem like the stands looked empty. I still saw you could get tickets, not empty, but
Hmm.
there were spots open. You can still get tickets leading up. So they've talked about moving it. The thing I heard today was Cameron Indoor, like making it a college venue that's smaller where they could fill it and make it lively. And that's
That'd be
kind of
cool.
cool, I guess. I would like it, like if there was something that you and I could meet and would enjoy, I would go to the semifinal games where you get the two games in the same spot. We went to a Sweet 16 college setup like that previously, and it's just so much fun to be there and watch like four teams, two games back to back, one spot playing hard. I think that's a pretty special deal that it presents.
Yeah, my basketball coach, mentor, like a second father to me, he has gone to the Final Four for the last
cool.
like whatever 25 something
Oh,
years.
wow.
I've never been. At some point, I would like to go, but yeah, I agree. But yeah, overall, I think it's a good thing. Let the Knicks celebrate. They and no one else is under any illusion that it's an NBA championship, but it's a nice accomplishment. Yeah, a nice chunk of change for it, and like anything else, they can go ahead and tweak it, and try to improve it year in, year out. The idea that it's not, a counted regular season game is a known issue. And they have smart people, working for them, down in New York at the league office. So, figure it out. So we got obviously, you got your,
Yeah,
you
little
got
man's not
your,
having it tonight.
your,
Oh, you're all right, buddy.
he's a good boy. He,
Yeah.
anyways, no, I was gonna say, you got your holiday, you got your Christmas sweater on there. So we got 5 games coming up on Christmas.
Yeah, let's go through
Oh,
that.
there you go. Yeah, so let's take a look. So I think the first one is Cavs Knicks. If I remember correctly, I think
Nailed
that's the
it.
first of the
Cavs,
day.
Knicks. Yep. Oh,
So I think
pause
Knicks
real quick.
probably get that one.
So the first game, Wally, we've got Cleveland Knicks. Thoughts there? This is Christmas Day.
Right. I got Knicks. I think the Knicks are going to ride off this NBA Cup. But I think the Cavs, that's a game that they really need to show out because they've definitely been, I think, slipping from last season.
It's been rough for the Cavs to start out. I think they, injuries and they've fallen. Okay, then we got Spurs OKC. So we run it back.
I mean, the Thunder are going to get their revenge on that one. I think.
I think they play one game before that even too. They have a heads up.
That
so
right?
this will be So it'll be kind of interesting to see. Do the Thunder maybe win the next game and then this one's like 1-1 and throw down on Christmas Day.
Should be another good game though.
Then we got Dallas Golden State.
Kind of the stinker of the group, right?
I mean, it's always fun to watch Steph and Cooper flag, right?
Yeah,
they both play. Yeah,
right. So I think we'll see about Steph. But I have a feeling that that's going to be the Cooper flag show on Christmas. They're going to be celebrating with all those trees up in Maine.
That's a good line. And then the next one I think be most intriguing for you, your Lakers and
Very
Houston
intriguing for me. Yes,
to
very.
watch the Sangoon. Yeah, what do you think? So
Yes.
what do you think there?
So again, it's all about how the Lakers play, man. I think the Lakers are going to win that game. We shall see. It's going to be a real test. You've definitely, been giving a lot of praise to the Rockets, and deservedly so. That's a good team. But yeah, I think the Lakers are going to win, a relatively close game. We shall see,
Okay.
though.
Yeah,
I hope it's going to be a good game, one way or the other.
could be kind of a good exemplify does offense or defense ultimately win?
Yep.
Like can the Rockets will probably control the glass, I would imagine. Can the Lakers outshoot them? Will be kind of interesting. And then wrap it up. Minnesota Ant versus Joker. Minnesota at Denver. Mile High for the last game. That's a
I think
8:30
that's
tip.
Nugs. I think the Nugs got that one.
Yeah.
But we shall see, we shall see. It's hopefully going to be a good game.
So
Um,
in that Laker game, here, give me your thoughts on Alpi Sengun and maybe we can talk about Luka too. That game really we could call Wally the wine off because if you're an NBA official and you got Luka walking on the court or Alpi, you're in for a night of it. And I don't know the human element of just how many times can you jaw at somebody before they stop giving you the calls that you're jawing at them for. Well, thoughts there on whining and officiating and what's the line?
As we quickly wrap this up, let's go ahead and say that those who whine like Luca, like Shangun, quickly wrap it up, man. It is so frustrating, right? When you were rooting for your team, you got your player who is now not getting back on defense, right? And particularly for a team like the team I root for, where there is little to no margin of error on defense, right? The Rockets, really good defensive team. Okay. So, if Shangun's whining, I mean, Luka needs to get his butt back on the other side of the court, right? To at least provide some team defense. It is very frustrating. It's very annoying. I get the whole idea of you're working the refs, so you're going to try to get calls later down the line. I don't like it. I never have. I personally think that if you actually went in the opposite direction, if
Yeah.
you were stoic,
Kill them
you
with
probably
kindness.
would,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yep.
Not scratch kindness. I hear,
Just be
you're right. It's that
respectful.
general point,
Just
but
be
it's just,
respectful.
yeah,
Yeah.
because these
Is
people
that
are
what
human beings.
is that what AR does? Do you think a little bit? Just plays hard, keeps his head
I mean,
down.
he chirps a little. Look, Luca is his own separate category, and Shangun, yeah, the other night, right? I saw what you're writing about it. Definitely, it was veering into that. No. Austin chirps a little bit. I think about a guy. People are going to say, well, he gets all the calls. What does he have to complain about? But I think about a guy like Shea, like SGA. Very calm, cool, and collected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's as a fan, I don't like it because you are letting the opposing team, break out into a fast break, get their half
Yeah.
court offense set. It's just,
Easy
from a
buckets.
practical standpoint, it's stupid.
Yep.
Might it, help you with some calls later in the game or, in future games? Potentially. And then of course, there's the immediate risk of a tech. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry, it's just like, is it really worth it to you to put yourself now at risk of getting ejected for the game by complaining about a call in the second quarter? Like if it's a call like and, people can argue, well, that point in the second quarter that might have ultimately won the game, no, stop that. If it's something at the end of the game where it's like make or break, and it was a really egregious, non-call or bad call. All right. But like first, second, third quarter, keep playing, man. Keep
Yeah.
playing,
Yeah. Emotion versus emotional. It's interesting when you cite Shea, they got beat by in that Spurs game. I didn't see him whining. Like that would be a time, right? When you
Right?
start losing. But it is cancerous. I mean, I think that's the biggest problem is it becomes contagious cancer throughout a team. So the culture becomes whiny. The Lob City Clippers was the example I was using. Like, love that team. So much fun to watch, but their reputation was just,
Yeah.
whether it's Doc,
Oh, Chris
CJ,
Paul,
Blake,
man,
Chris Paul.
always.
Yeah, just whining
And with
after
Scott
everything to the point.
Foster, I get it. There was something going on with him and
Yeah,
Scott. I
fair,
get that. I
fair.
get that.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, it's just drawing focus, if I
yeah,
can bring it into our world of education, focus is everything, man.
yeah,
It's
that's true. Yep,
everything. You got to stay focused on the task at hand. So,
yep.
if I, had the opportunity, to respectfully look Luka Doncic in the eye, I would say, look, you are a fantastic player, one of the greatest talents ever to walk on a basketball court. But dude, stop with the whining, man. Just keep playing. Keep
Yep.
playing. You're going to get your calls, so
Yeah,
it will
it
be
doesn't pay
interesting. I
off.
agree with you. That
And
Rockets Lakers game is going to be the wine off.
yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe they'll play good ball. And the last thing I just say is like, if you're the teammate of that, what it really means is you are playing a lot of 4-on-5 defense.
Right.
And at some point, like it's get on with it. Get on with the play and play through
Taxing.
it. Or you start to see like, oh, he's right. That was a bad call. Oh, that was a bad call. And it snowballs
Draws
into
your
everybody.
focus.
Correct. Yeah. It just makes everybody kind of on that board. So yeah, I think
Absolutely.
it's one of those things you try to stay head above and it pays
This
off.
isn't baseball, or football, frankly. There's not
No,
like a,
no.
like firm,
You don't see a lot of
pauses in the
whining in
game.
football. Yeah, you don't see a lot of whining in football. Refs, I mean, coaches are
Coaches,
losing their
yeah.
stuff on the sideline, but it's like next play, right? It has to be next
Yeah.
play mentality. Like 5 plays later, you're not thinking about it. In basketball, it's like you're thinking about the call you didn't get 5 plays ago. And for those that become succumb to it, and Albie,
Right.
every time he plays Joker, he's just getting owned so much. It's just the next level of annoyance where, and maybe I can be empathetic that he just isn't as good, and so he's got to find something, but it doesn't seem to benefit him. So. Yeah,
I
no
agree.
whining. New Year's resolution, no whining, especially
There you go.
Euro studs, no whining.
I'm with you on that. Hey, man, always great doing this with you. I hope you have a
Back at
happy
you.
holidays. All right. And I look forward to the next one.
Same to you, Wally. Take care, buddy. Best of your
You too,
family.
man.